We are your home theater and AV questions answered. This is AVRant. Want your home theater or AV question answered by Tom and Rob? Send it to question@avrant.com. Welcome to AVRant. I'm Tom Andry, and I'm here with
Rob H.
Rob W. Slightly different than our Rob. Different Rob. First, a couple of comments. Rob W. finally caved to our relentless marketing. Sorry, dude. I really got to stop putting that at the beginning of this podcast. And picked up Bob More No Hero. He quickly bought Desperate Times. So good job, I guess. Thank you. I hope you liked him. There's one more book out there after that one. He also... I hate
all that money rolling into you.
That
so much
fat cash. People are like... I remember I posted No Hero to Wattpad, which is a free thing that you can and I got somebody posting, well, maybe after you make all your money on Desperate Times, you'll post that here too. I'm like, I think you know how the internet works. I don't know how much money you think I'm making on these books, but anyways, he also watched Mad Max Fury Road in 3D at a friend's house and on a LG E6 OLED. The passive 3D in 1080p per eye really made him appreciate 3D at home for the first time. So now he better understands your position, Rob. So Rob and Rob are coming together.
It is a shame that we finally have 4K resolution so that if you do passive 3D, you get 1080p per eye.
Yeah.
With these very bright panels that can finally make 3D not look dim. So we finally have the panels and the technology to deliver excellent looking 3D. And but 3D's dead. So that's a shame.
Well, that LeEco one that they reviewed at the beginning of the podcast has 3D.
It's active shutter 3D, though.
It has 3D. I mean, it's got something.
It has 3D.
You could play
Sony Z9D has 3D as well, but it's active shutter. So I want the passive 3D. So much
never good enough for you, Rob. It's never good enough for the Robs. Anyways,
can never have it all.
He had originally planned on using 2 rooms in his basement. One is a dedicated theater, one is a games room with a pool table. His wife has decided their kids need a playroom, so now a single room needs to house both the home theater and the pool table. Kids don't like to play pool? You can't let the kids play pool? The kids don't like pool? Come on. What is up with that? Kids love pool.
Take up the whole playroom, but yeah.
So there's a room that's 23 feet 8 inches by 19 feet 2 inches by 9 feet. So it's 4,100 cubic feet. So you can fit the pool table at the back of the home theater, at the back, and the home theater at the front. But since the pool table needs a space of about 15 feet by 19 feet to play without banging the pool cues on things, he's basically going to be sitting about 8 feet from eyes to screen.
Yeah.
All right. So he's originally playing on a 120-inch screen with a JVC X570 projector, but with this new shorter seating distance, with a flat panel make more sense. If so, what size and brand model should he consider? He wouldn't want it to cost more than the projection setup was going to cost. So he's going to sit 8 feet from his thing.
And that was a $4,000 projector plus whatever screen.
So you could get that 85-inch LeEco one that we were just talking about, right?
It's $5,500, which is probably a little bit more than the projector and screen. Let's say was going to go for quite an expensive screen. But $5,500 for an 85-inch, that gets you darn close to a 45-degree viewing angle from 8 feet away. So that's very cinematic.
Or you could do just a projector.
That's an option.
You could still do the projector. There's nothing that says you can't do the projector.
You could. It'd be a smaller screen. You'd go for like a 92-inch screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an affordable screen.
Yeah. So like $100-something bucks at Amazon. Silver ticket. That's what mine is, 92.
Yeah. However, I'm guessing there's probably going to be some ambient light in this room. So flat panel does kind of make sense, but you are looking on the larger side. I mean, the other good affordable option would be the 80-inch M-Series from Vizio. All right, that could be a very good option if you want. 80 inches gets you about a 40-degree field of view from 8 feet away.
You cut out. Can you just tell me what you said?
Oh, I was saying the 80-inch M-Series from Vizio.
Oh, Vizio. Okay, yeah.
So they have an 80-inch, which is $4,000. Yeah,
that'd be all right.
That'd be all right.
So anyways, he asks, is there a better layout that could allow the home theater area to be larger? Yeah, put the pool table in the kids' room. Put the pool table in the kids' room. Come on.
That was the original plan. It was the original plan.
Yeah. Okay. So is this in the basement? This is not in the basement. It's not. No. It's just
It's
a
basement.
normal room. It is a basement.
No, it's basement.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basement.
Turn your couches so that you are facing the long wall.
But then you only have like a 9-foot width.
Yeah, but you would.
And then one side is very open.
It's gonna be very open, anyways.
Yeah, but at least the back is open right now. I think his layout is the right layout for this room.
I mean,
that's my opinion.
It's fine. Just put the thing in the other room.
I mean, how important is it to? Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess if you want to sit more than 8 feet from my screen, which I can understand, but I think he's got the right layout. I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
So with the long distance to that back wall, would it be still worth it to use surround back speakers? He had originally planned a 7.2.4 setup, but if a 5.2.4 setup would work better in his layout, he could save money with a less expensive receiver and no external amp. Yeah, I would totally go with 5.2.4. That's what I would go with. Because you could do the surround backs, but you end up having to put the surround backs on the speaker, on the ceiling. Sorry, pretty much because you don't want them to be on the other side. I mean, way back there, they would be ridiculously loud.
I mean, people think that because visually it seems like it's way off balance, but you're talking about them being 15 feet away.
Yeah.
Right? Now, 15 feet away is farther than most people have their surround back speakers, but it's still not in the grand scheme. There are plenty of people who sit 15 feet from their front speakers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what difference is it to sit 15 feet from your back speakers?
Yeah.
Right? It's not that big a difference. So to me, it's dealer's choice. If you're like, you know what, I really wouldn't mind paying a little bit less, not having an external amp, doing 5.2.4, I'm like, you can absolutely make that argument here. But if you really want to do 7.2.4, having your surround back speakers 15 feet away from you at the back of the room totally works.
It's not the end of the world.
No.
My concern is less about that and more about, if you're going to be watching TV while somebody else is playing pool or sitting back there talking or whatever, those back speakers are going to be calibrated so that they are the same volume.
That's true.
At your couch,
at your seat,
as the speakers that are much, much closer to you, which means they're going to have to be really stupid loud, which will be fine because you won't hear them that way. You'll hear them at the normal volume. But anybody who's at the back of the room while this is going on is going to be like, seriously, can we turn these speakers off back here? So my thought would be, you'd rather have them up high, on the ceiling. So just do top rears.
5.2.4. Yeah.
That's my thought.
Yep. Oh yeah, I can dig that argument for sure.
That makes more sense to me. So he owns a Perion Intimus 5 series speakers and the SVS PB12 NSD subwoofer. He's planning on adding a SVS PC2000 sub. Will these be fine for his room size?
Well, the speakers from 8 feet away, completely fine.
Completely fine, right. So 6,500 square feet. The PB12 NSD is isn't that about the same? It's not quite as good as the 2000, but it's the same.
Well, yeah, it's what the 2000 replaced directly. Yeah.
I don't know.
4,100 cubic feet. I think you're fine.
It's.
I really think you're fine.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean,
it's. If you want to hit 115 dB, then not quite.
No.
But
I think for the most part, you're going to be. I would not. If it were me, that's what I would do. I'll put you that way.
Right.
Because I
wouldn't be stressing about this.
No.
I mean, if you know for a fact that nothing less than 115 dB will satisfy you, then the strict answer is no, right? But I really don't think you need 115 dB. In which case,
gonna sink the balls for you. You don't even have to play pool. You just have to turn on the subs.
I would feel absolutely fine using 2000 series, 12 NSD series subwoofers in this size of room. I would feel absolutely fine doing that.
So he asks, is an exterior grade door really necessary in order to reduce sound transmission to the adjacent rooms, or will cheaper interior doors work nearly as well? Well, the idea of the exterior grade doors, which first of all, I've never had anybody ask this question before.
Oh. It comes up from time to time, forums and soundproofing company and that.
But the idea is that they have more mass, therefore,
and they're weather stripped around their edges,
which is fine. But okay, first of all, I'm looking at this. Let's look at the picture again. You got the picture up? So
yeah,
you've got this thing, then you've got a playroom, then you've got a bedroom. Now, where are you worried about the sound going to? Is it to that bedroom? Because it's got 2 doors to go through, 2 rooms to go through. I would not worry about it. Are you worried about going through the
playroom?
Could be
playroom.
It could be anything in there. The big ball pit. It's full of absorptive stuff. So, I mean, I don't know that I would worry too much about it, but it really depends on where you're worried about the sound traveling to. Because if you're worried about the sound getting into the playroom, well, then the door will help. Unless you have other ways for it to get through, which you probably will, unless you're doing some serious soundproofing. Are you worried about going upstairs? Because that door ain't doing crap about going upstairs. Okay? In which case you need to start talking.
Whatever's going on in your ceiling and floor.
That's right. Yeah. So
above you.
Will it work nearly as well? No. But do you care? Probably no. Because, whoever's in the playroom is not going to care that you're listening to music or watching a movie in the other room. They're probably in there with you. Who's in the playroom while you're watching movies? And if it's the bedroom. I mean,
what I would suggest is splitting the difference, which is going solid core interior door.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you go with the standard hollow core interior door, those don't block much sound at all. I mean, especially not bass. Bass goes right through those things. Muffles your voices a little bit, muffles the high frequencies, but, your standard hollow core interior door, I wouldn't do that. But a solid core interior door, to me, is a great way to split the difference between that and a full exterior grade door. I don't think you need to go exterior grade. I just go solid core.
This is literally the only question about soundproofing he's asked. There is no way this man is soundproofing this room and the door is the cherry on top. Because that's what it needs to be, right? You've already done everything else. You've got, a dead air intake and everything else. And dead room. What did I say? Dead air? It's
dead vent.
Dead vent. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
So, I honestly think the exterior door is completely overkill in this. Unless you're planning on doing
I think solid core makes sense. Solid core is more expensive than hollow core, of course, but it's not as expensive as an exterior grade door.
I'm looking at your setup, right? I've got like the kitchen and whatever it is on the other side of my door. I have a hollow core normal door. No big deal. I could see light, I could see the gap underneath the door. I could put my fingers underneath there, no problem. I mean, it's big.
That's your air return.
Exactly. But, I'm listening to reference volume in here at night, and my wife is on the other side, through the room, there's another door, and then there's the bedroom.
Right.
And she's a light sleeper. I'm telling you.
Now, directly outside the door of your theater, you can hear when you're playing something inside your theater.
Absolutely.
It's not silent on the other side of the door.
You can totally hear it. Yeah. But we can all be out there having a conversation. Nobody, you hear every once in a while we'll go, wow, what was that? I'm like, that? A subwoofer. Oh,
that was some Pacific Rim.
Remind me to tell you the story of proudness at the end of this podcast. We'll talk about it before the podcast ends. So he said there are 4 other rooms in the basement where he'd like to install in-ceiling speakers and have distributed audio using Chromecast audio. Doesn't want to spend more than $500 per room. He's thinking of 4 speakers per room. So what is a good distribution audio solution in this case, and what in-ceiling speakers would we recommend given the limited budget? So we've just talked about this. The Emotiva distribution app. It sounds.
I'd go the Dayton.
I agree with you.
More channels for the same money.
Yeah, it sounds like you're only going to have one source, in which case it's going to be all on or on off.
Or you could have Chromecast audios because they're only $35 a pop. You could have one plugged in for each room because you can group Chromecast audios inside the app.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, just any distribution app will probably do this. The Dayton Audio, I think I like better as well. I think that you're not having huge rooms, and with 4 speakers, I'll be honest with you, it sounds like a little bit overkill to me. Doesn't sound like you need 4 speakers per.
But I mean, you can still series or parallel wire them.
Yep.
Yep. But yeah, you get 12 channels of amplification with the Dayton.
Yeah.
So to me, that's very cost effective for what you wanted to do here.
MA1240A Multi-Zone amplifier.
Yeah, that's the 40 watt per channel one. They have a 60 watt per channel one for more money if you want to do that. Yeah. But $500, 12 channels, 40 watts per channel, pretty good.
There you go. And then I guess speakers,
And then
any sort of in-ceiling speakers, you can find that are inside your price range because this is distributed audio. So there's the Monoprice ones. Not the Monoprice ones that are supposed to be.
They're the Monoprice ones. I go the Outdoor Speaker Depot ones, the MK series. You got the MK650s, $99 per pair.
Yeah, I'd go to Accessories for Less as well and check out to see what they have there on sale. They'll probably have some Kef stuff in there that might sound pretty good. So go take a look at that.
But I mean, $100 a pair for the speakers, $500 for a 12-channel distribution amp, and some Chromecast audios. I believe you can get this done.
Yeah, see, it was $500 per room. So that distribution amp is for all the rooms, and then you're going to spend $200 per room for speakers.
And $35 per room for a Chromecast audio. So I think we can hit that budget.
Yeah.
That's pretty darn good sound too. That's nothing to scoff at.
Want your question answered? Send it to question@avrant.com. This is AVRant.
Now go out and listen to something.